Welcome to this episode of My Self-Development. All right, we're just going to do a quick overview of the learning process, right? 4 to 5 minutes or less, keeping it quick, keeping it simple, really just showing you this poster presentation that was put together by the Carter Hughes Knowledge Institute. All right, and it's just a reminder that learning takes time. This thing is really more valuable as like a daily or a weekly reminder to give learning the time that it deserves. All right, we're always learning something, so it's important to evaluate what have I been learning and where am I in that learning process. I mean, think about over the past 2 years, what have you been learning? Think about it. Over the past 2 years, what have I been learning? Again, this is a useful tool to help you keep track of what you're learning and remind you of what you need to do to get to that next stage in the learning process, right? If you don't pay attention, you could be learning stuff that's not even going to help you. So we want to make sure, again, evaluate what we're learning, right? Monitor your progress, evaluate what we're learning. The 4 stages of learning, as you see right here, learn is that first stage, understanding is that second stage, knowing is that third stage, and then that fourth stage is mastery. 10 plus years is what it takes to get to mastery. Just a reminder again, learning takes time. We're talking in terms of months and years, not days and weeks, right? That's why again this poster is valuable over the long term, right? So you can have a plan for your life and it just reminds you, okay, this is where I am, this is where I want to get to. Man, I need to continue to expand my perspective. That's a big one. To not be able to see it only from your role, but to also be able to see it from other roles, right? To see how it's benefiting the different parties involved. Expand your responsibilities, expand your perspective. That's how you get from one stage to the next, right? Progress from learning to understanding does not happen automatically. It is possible that you could be in the learn stage of something for 20 years, 30 years, because you never expanded your perspective. All right. So, again, just a useful tool to help you keep track of what you're learning and remind you what you need to do to get to that next stage. An important thing to note is that the improved version of me or you cannot be purchased, it cannot be borrowed, it cannot be persuaded. The improved version of me or you can only be earned, right? That person you become after doing 20 push ups every day for 30 days, that version of you can only be earned. You can think about, oh man, that sounds cool to do. You will only know what it feels like when you actually do it, right? Again, we're all learning something. Whatever you're learning, be mindful of it. Make sure it's something that helps you and not hurts you. And again, this is just a useful tool to help you keep track of what you're learning and to remind you of what you need to do in order to get to the next stage in that learning process. All right, hey, available on the site. As always, continue to explore the most fascinating thing about your life. You.